The recession is over. The economy is recovering. Those are the words of Wells Fargo's chief economist. He says it's time to look forward instead of backward. So is it time to start celebrating? With me now is Brad Berkowitz. He's a former hedge fund analyst who worked on Wall Street for 22 years, also a former talk show host and an author. Welcome to the show, Brad.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's talk a little bit about some housing numbers that we just saw coming out. D.C. just registered 2 months in a row of gains in terms of housing prices. Some people are saying that we hit the bottom for the housing market. What do you think?
Well, I think it depends upon what part of the country you're in. I think, New York City, Washington, D.C., Boston, Philadelphia, some of the larger cities throughout the country, things may have bottomed. Do I think they're going to go up radically? I don't think so. But if you take trips down to Arizona, Las Vegas, southern Florida, things have really not improved. In fact, they may still be worsening. You can see housing prices down there have not bottomed out. You can see developments that have been going up have been stopped. You can see houses that have once were on the market for $1 million, now down to 400,000, 300,000. Beautiful 4-bedroom houses that are still on the market. There's an oversupply, and I think it's going to take some time to weed these things out.
Let's talk a little bit about the stock market. We've had quite a run this year. Of course, we're down significantly, but up so far 40%. Well, on the major averages this year. Do you think that we're topping out, or do you think maybe there's still a little bit of room to run for investors?
Well, I think it depends. I think what the stock market does is it looks out 6 to 9 months. And what people were looking at saying things are getting better. There's a stimulus package out there. Maybe housing will level out. Maybe unemployment rate will level out and actually start falling for a while. But and numbers have come down. So companies give expectations for numbers. They've taken significantly down, 30, 40%. When these companies start beating numbers and then actually giving guidance that's favorable to Wall Street, the stock market will run. Now, what happens now is that the companies actually have to start beating these numbers and raising guidance. So, second quarter was great. Third quarter's off to a decent start. Can it continue? And I think people will look out 9 months and they'll say, is the economy getting better? Maybe. So I don't know if we're going to have the big run that we had in Q2 going to Q3 and Q4, but it's a wait and see right now.
So much of this has to do with the economy. So much of it has to do with how the Fed is governing the economy. New poll numbers came out and showed the Federal Reserve's public approval rating right now is lower than the IRS. Now, the president has a choice whether or not to reinstate Ben Bernanke, Fed chairman, in January. Some people are saying it might be Larry Summers instead. He's on the short list. What do you think he should do?
I think Bernanke has done a good job, and I think he should keep him. And I think it's very tough to blame the Fed for what's going on in the economy. We spent a lot of money on the war. We spent a lot of money on speculation. We spent a lot of money under a previous administration, not to blame the Bush administration. It's continued now into the Obama administration. We're spending a lot of money, and we've had deficits. We've had a housing bubble. The stock market was overbought, and things have fallen off. So it's going to take some time. And to blame it on the Fed is really, I think it's an error.
Little time left. Let's look ahead. Where do you think there are some investing prospects for folks who are looking to make money maybe in the stock market in the next couple months?
Well, I think the consumer is going to be on the sidelines right now, so I think they're keeping money in their cash, and cash is king right now. So I think you want to look to the developing sectors such as green technology, wind power, solar power. You want to look at technology outside of that, anything that's new and cutting edge, and maybe healthcare. And people say, well, what stocks should we own? Take a look at an industry that has some new technology, whatever the case may be, and those are the industries I think right now that will perform going forward.
All right, technology leading the future. Brad Berkowitz, we heard it here first. Thanks so much.
Thank you.